Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have two terrifying stories to share with you about people who went absolutely crazy. One is still at large. The first story I want to blow your mind with is coming out of Watertown, Connecticut, where police say a 16-year-old boy at Watertown High School had been stalking and harassing a 16-year-old classmate since the beginning of the school year. According to the victim, who has remained unnamed, she has been avoiding 16-year-old Julian France's advances since school began for the year because he made her uncomfortable. She told police Francis was obsessed with her and confronted her about it at school. He even sent her a gift of money for her birthday in the amount of $220 cash. She said she did her best to avoid him until she couldn't, because he showed up at her back door. Police said on March 17th of 2021, just before 3 p.m., the victim spotted Frances standing outside her back door. Thinking the door was locked, she told him she ran upstairs to her room to call her father. Then she said she heard the door open, and she told her father he was in the house. Can you imagine the fear her father must have felt hearing that? She told police she hid in her closet while her father called family members for help. Frances entered her room and ordered her to take her clothes off multiple times, but she refused. Then she said Frances forced her closet door open and began slashing her with a hatchet and a large kitchen knife. She told police she felt pain everywhere. Her father was able to contact a family member next door to help, who broke through the victim's locked bedroom door to stop the attack. When Francis saw the girl's family member, he jumped out of the second-story bedroom window and ran and hid in the woods nearby. He was captured about an hour later after a Watertown High School resource officer made contact with him and convinced him to turn himself in. His victim was transported to the hospital with cuts to her shins, her nose, the top and back of her head, her arms, and her hands. When police captured Francis, he was carrying a foot-long hatchet, a foot-long machete, and a backpack with a hammer, scissors, duct tape, and binoculars inside. The suspect was charged with criminal attempt at murder, home invasion, assault in the first degree, reckless endangerment in the first degree, stalking in the first degree, risk of injury to a minor, and burglary in the first degree. He is currently being held in a juvenile detention facility. Thank God her family member was able to stop the attack before he murdered her. Unreal. My doors? Always locked. Always. The next story I want to share with you also has a victim who survived a terrifying attack, but I have no idea how. He had a guardian angel with him that night. For sure. Because there's no other way to explain how he was able to run from the attack and survive it. I'll include the video of the attack that was captured by a witness in my description box if you want to watch it. It'll blow your mind. Hell, the whole story will blow your mind. Let's get started. This story came out of Utica, Michigan, a suburb north of Detroit, and it started with two men physically bumping into each other at a Dave & Buster's restaurant arcade on March 17th of 2021. According to Utica police, the victim said a man bumped into him at some point during the night. He didn't apologize for bumping into him, so words were exchanged between the two. Then, a physical fight broke out. At that time, both men were asked to leave Dave & Buster's, and the victim said his attacker told him he'd be waiting for him outside. And wait for him, he did. Then, the video. The horrifying video, captured by a witness, of the suspect driving his truck through the parking lot as his victim walks along the side of the building. Then, the truck takes an abrupt turn and rams into the man, pinning him against the building. Warning, it's terrifying to watch. Then, the truck backs up, and by the grace of God, the victim is able to run away. I don't know how he survived it, but thank God he did. And according to police, with no serious injuries. Utica police are searching for the driver of the truck videoed in the attack, and they have released photos of him inside Dave & Buster's, pushing a baby stroller and walking with a woman and 2 children. So, he may be a father. And he is wanted now for attempted murder. All because he lost his mind over bumping into someone at a restaurant. Police say they believe the woman and the children were in his truck with him when he rammed into his victim and pinned him against the side of the building. They say he's a dangerous person and he needs to be captured immediately before he hurts someone else. I hope the woman and children seen with him at Dave & Buster's that night are safe and unharmed, since the woman has not come forward to turn him in to authorities yet. 2 victims survived 2 terrifying attacks that easily could have ended their lives. Thank God they both survived. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.